Well, good morning everybody. I'm out on the big V-Strom today. Thought I'd take it out for a spin. I'm meeting up with Colin and the group, and together we're riding out to the big bike meet, which meets once a year at Calne, which is Calne's a sort of a town near Devizes in Wiltshire. So yeah, it's a very, very big motorcycle meet, and it's well attended. And there's a big dynamic going on with me and motorcycling at the moment, because I'm getting used to hearing aids. I've had hearing aids for a number of years, but I never wore them. And I lost my last set, and I've decided I needed to get them sorted out. So I'm wearing my hearing aids. And I'm hearing all sorts of noises that I'm not normally used to hearing. And the Suzuki, I can pick up all the engine sounds from the Suzuki. All the whistles and the whines from the engine. Goodness knows what it would be like if I was riding an Enfield, because they are a bit of a more mechanically noisy motorcycle. Anyway, let's go and get some fuel, and I'll bring you back when I'm at Greenbridge with the others. What's the bike all filled up? Yeah, £15 I put in. I haven't really noticed the increase in fuel prices, because I only ever put £15 in, so it don't really affect me. That was a joke, by the way. I think it was on Only Fools and Horses, when Trigger was talking about putting fuel in his vehicle. He said, no, I only ever put £20 in. Anyway, there's someone behind me. Right. Let's go and meet the others. It'll be a sunny day again. Here I am, I'm with the others. There's Mark, he's on his Rebel 500. Here's Barry, he's on his old Bullet Iron Barrel. That's a lovely Barry, isn't it? That's a lovely bike. Yeah. 350, isn't it? 350, yeah. 350, look at that, look. Proper iron barrel, deeper junk. Yeah. No, it's lovely, I like it. Here's Colin. Colin's on his Tiger. This Tiger, this is for sale, Colin, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, you're flogging it.
For sale.
It's a lovely bike.
2001 Tiger 95i, 2,250. There's Colin's number. Do you want that going on the internet?
Yeah, you can put it on the internet.
Okay, 35,000 miles, but it's in immaculate condition, all matching luggage.
I used to have one the same, Sandy.
Yeah, nice bike, Terry, isn't it?
It was my old one for a minute.
Yeah. So that's it. A look round all that bike. If you're interested, there's Colin's number. This is Terry's bike. He's got a Cross Runner Honda. This is a new bike to him. He loves that. And then there's Les on his Tiger 1050. You've had this a while, Les, haven't you? What's happened to the 900 then?
I thought I'd take this today.
Yeah, I thought I'd take my V-Strom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Nice to go on the bigger bikes sometimes. Here we are, all lined up, we're all off. Looks like I'm going now then. There's Les going to be at the back. Yeah, so our route is going to be out to Rawton, then Avebury, and then Calne. So a very nice route, and then we'll be able to hopefully have a nice look round the Calne Bike Meet. What's he going this way for? Colin, weren't you going through Rawton?
No, we're going up through here.
Oh, okay. Well, as we're close to the Prospect Hospice, which is located in Rawton, just a quick reminder to tell you all that on the 8th of August we've got the Prospect Memory Ride to raise funds for the Prospect Hospice. It's all going ahead. Links in the description box. So if you've not bought your ticket, it's ticket only, you must buy a ticket. And then you'll get to meet me, Colin, the crew, and get to ride some of Wiltshire's wondrous roads. So just making our way on a back road from Rawton onto the, I think it's the A361, which takes us through and on to Avebury. It's got this lovely hill, Bassett Down, Salt Flop House. It's a lovely route to ride just along here. There's some steep hills and some sharp bends, so you've got to take it steady. But this isn't actually on the Prospect ride, it's just a little shortcut route that we're doing today. I'm loving the V-Strom. I don't ride it as much as I should. It's, out of all my bikes, it's the bike with the highest build quality, and it probably rides the nicest, to be honest with you. When I ride the Himalayan, sometimes I get on that bike and I absolutely love it, and sometimes I bloody hate it. It's a funny bike, but it's I went through a bit of a wobble with my motorbikes recently, and I wondered if I should sell them all and just buy one new bike and be happy with one bike. But I opened the garage door up, and there they were, all three bikes in the garage, and I can choose. And they're chalk and cheese. All my bikes are chalk and cheese, so I got variety, and I think I would miss that. So I think I'm just going to keep what I've got and be content with my lot. And there's a lot to be said for being content. Anyway, look at the beautiful scenery we got to ride through. Yeah, look at the landscape, absolutely lovely. It's been very parched though because of the heat wave, but it'll come back green, don't worry about that. Winter will just be here soon. Make the most of it, get out and ride whilst the weather's nice. Well, I've never seen it before, but there's been several photographers pitched up. I think there's one here. Photos, that they're taking photographs of us. They've all got little businesses, I expect. It's, oh, you know, it's, you can't blame people for trying. That's the fourth or the fifth person I've seen with a telephoto lens sat down on the side of the road snapping motorcyclists. This is a big event that we're going to today. It basically takes over the whole town of Calne. It shuts Calne down. People love this event. Yeah, it really is good. But I meant to say back there, the panoramic views you get along this road, we're having to go, it's all locked down speed limits now, and you've got to be ever so careful. But in places it can be very fast. Yeah, the camaraderie that's still strong amongst the motorcycling community. They're the friendliest bunch. I've met with all sorts of groups of people in the past, and I've got to say, the motorcyclists, they just seem to be such a friendly bunch of people. They're all good. I don't know what it is. I think there's something probably I don't know what it is. They ride their bikes because it brings them pleasure. It takes them out of the ordinary frame set of human life. It brings you joy, and I think that there's that camaraderie when we're brought together through that. I think the need to get away from the modern world to some extent. And on your bike, you're forced to be solitary. Even when you do ride in a group, you're still, in a way, riding on your own. Yeah, very picturesque place, Calne. Not like the Cotswolds, mind, but it's still got a distinctive personality. Talking about distinctive personalities, the engine on the V-Strom has also got a distinctive sound. It's more of a whine because the cams in the cylinder heads is a V-twin. They're gear driven. There's a short cam chain, but the top of the engine is all gear driven, and you can hear that sort of distinctive whine. Our goal is to try and find somewhere to park. The further we go into the small town, the harder it's going to be. It completely takes over the town, as you can see. Okay, the quest to find somewhere to park, that is the thing, and we're here early as well. I'm putting my bike over here. Sorry. Cheers. Alright, Terry.
Right.
That's it, we are parked. Well, we made it, Colin.
We did. We
Yeah.
made it safe.
Yeah,
We all got a nice place to park where we're all together.
we did.
So it's now time for refreshments, isn't
Let's
it?
have a, let's have a look round.
So let's go walking. I mean, there's a lot of people in the village that go, that's all that matters, isn't it? Are they,
It's a BSA Gold Star 650, look. I was interested in getting one of those when they first came out, but I never did. I still think it's a good bike. That's a great cylinder head on it. It's the first time I've had eyes on a Going Classic. It's quite nice, isn't it? I did see them on the internet. Oh, noisy bugger. Yeah. Oh, cheers, Mark's bought me a tea. Thank you, Mark.
You're very welcome, sir.
Yeah, and this chap here's got me a pilot. Chicken and mushroom pie, you reckon?
I believe so. Do you want to go double check?
No, that's all right, I don't mind as it is.
What do you do?
It'd be a nice surprise.
Shall I check?
Very nice, yeah, of course.
I never had a Moto Guzzi. Have you ever had a Moto Guzzi, Colin?
I haven't. I've ridden a few, but you haven't really missed a lot.
No.
They are, well, certainly of this generation, quite agricultural, really.
Yeah.
And typical of Italians. And I don't know why they can't seem to get the electrics right, can they?
I'm hearing lots of problems with them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know much about motorcyclists, so I can't say much about them. But I've ridden a couple of these.
Yeah.
And Ducatis.
Yeah.
And you know the acronym for Ducati, do you?
Go on.
It's dodgy, useless connections and tricky ignition.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Anyway,
You know
they
what
are.
Fiat stands for?
Got rid of one of them.
They are. They do look very nice, though. I must admit. There's a couple of old Harley. I think it's a flathead. Flathead Harley. Dickie likes his Harleys.
I think the bell needs oiling. It sounded very good.
Not much of a ring to it, has it?
No,
Well, this Kawasaki 500 was known as the Widowmaker. I think possibly because the engine was more powerful than what the frame could handle, and the frame would twist and make the bike handle not so well. That's quite a tidy bike, Colin, isn't it? Yeah. Look
I
at
can
that.
remember going to Georgie White's to watch them launch this bike in 1979.
Can you?
Yeah. And it seemed enormous. You know, when you're sort of a 16-year-old, that would seem enormous, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And the fact that it had disc brakes.
Yeah, it's a nice bike. The R100, old BMW Airhead.
The only thing is, Sandy, it's got a dead sheep on the
Yeah, it has, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Lovely coffin tanked Yamaha 2-stroke.
Yeah,
Look at that.
be an RD.
He's not the only engineer that can do that.
Not now.
Yeah, they did a 400 as well. I used to race the 400. Everybody wanted.
Yeah.
There's a 250.
No,
I had a 125 version of this many years ago. There's something so beautiful about the Bonneville engine. Look at that 750 Bonneville engine. But when you pan out and you look at the forks, you think, oh, crumbs, how flimsy that looks. Yeah, so this is a rare machine. This is a Norton frame and with a Harley engine.
Featherbed, Sandy.
Featherbed.
The building that.
Yeah, look at that. Look. They called it a Norley. Look at that. That is lovely.
It's not jockey.
Look at that. Lovely machine, that.
Oh God, is that one of them electric bikes?
Yeah. I mean, that's a credit to the engineer that's built that in it. It's a stunning bit of kit.
It is, yeah.
And I know there's a lot of purists out there that say, what a waste of a featherbed frame. But I beg to differ, that's a stunning bit of kit, isn't it?
It is, Colin, yeah.
Yeah, a lovely bit of kit.
I love that, yeah.
I think the 19S was a waste of a featherbed frame.
Yeah. So here we have another bastardised motorcycle then, Colin.
We do, another featherbed frame with a matchless engine. Looks like the Dunstall type fairing on the front.
Yeah.
But what we don't know with a lot of these, you can still buy featherbed frames.
All right, yeah.
So whether that's an old original or a new one,
Yeah.
they've never stopped building them.
So you can buy a brand new
Buy
featherbed
a
frame.
brand new featherbed frame, yeah.
Crikey. Yeah. There you go, Matchton.
And the reason that featherbed frame was so unique, Rex McCandless was the guy that designed it.
Yeah.
And he started with a tube, 2 loops either side,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
joins, no welds. That's why it was so strong.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you said it before, yeah. It's a good frame. This is Terry.
Hello everyone.
Terry's going to tell me about the Norton.
Well, I can tell you what I know. I've owned 3 or 4 Norton Commandos in the past. But
Yeah.
I never would ever put one of these on the racetrack because of the isoelastic frame.
Right.
Rubber-mounted frame that if you put any real stress through it, it can get a bit lively.
Yeah.
So you're forever having to shim. You could buy special shims.
Yeah.
They were always wearing out,
Yeah.
so everything was getting loose. But when the back shim went, the swinging arm would move out of alignment.
Yeah.
So if you didn't keep your back shimming in place, your back wheel would be completely out of alignment when you were cornering. The swinging arm would literally swing.
That made for a bit of awkward steering, didn't it?
It used to dig in the ground quite a lot, let's put it that way, step out. But this frame wasn't very good.
Right, okay.
That's really all.
That's not a featherbed frame.
No, it's an isoelastic frame, Commando frame, isoelastics. And you had to be an isoelastic expert to own one of these.
Yeah.
You're forever shimming them.
The sad thing is that had Norton sorted out the balance of the engine, it would have been a far superior design. But typical of the British at the time, how did we get over this problem? Put great big rubber sorting out why the engine vibrates.
And don't forget, this is a parallel twin, but it's a 360-degree parallel.
Crank, yeah.
Pistons do that.
Yeah.
So you're not even doing that.
No. A
you've
lot
got
of
so
engine
much
vibration. Yeah. Horrible. You enjoying it then, Colin?
Oh, we always do. It's always interesting. And
Terry.
like Terry said, it's one of the times where you get a proper chance to talk together
First have
about
a
bikes,
chat.
talk
Yeah,
about
that's
your
right,
biking history when you see things and reminisce.
Yeah.
It's what it's all about, isn't it, really?
Learn stuff. Every day's
And Terry's
Every day's a school day.
And Terry's treated us to ice cream.
He is.
I am.
Well, so we'll let him come again, won't we?
Cheers. Cheers, Terry. Thank you very much. Cheers.
all the best.
Good
All
health,
the
everyone.
good health. Cheers. Need this.
Yeah.
So we think this Dominator belongs to one of the vintage club people.
I think it is. I think that's Mike's.
Yeah.
I'm not certain.
Mike had a problem with his bike, didn't he, Colin?
Yeah, he's the one that forgot to turn the oil tap on,
Oh dear.
and that had catastrophic results to the engine.
Well, it would have been
It
interesting.
kind of buggered it, didn't it?
It sort of jiggered it a bit, yeah. It's a case of turned his engine into a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. So basically what he's done, we think this is his bike and he's had the engine rebuilt and he's not got a tap on the oil line now. Well, here we have, this is a Norton, look, just here. That's a Norton. And this here, this is a matchless. Now, what's the difference then, Colin, between
This is
the
the
Norton?
Norton P11. I'm not sure what they called the matchless version, but just like the days of the Austin Morris cars, they were the same shape but with different badges on them, really.
So basically the same identical bike.
Pretty much just a very similar bike, yeah. But you know the matchless is the easiest one to make. Yeah. You get 4 matchsticks and put them on the table, take one away, you've got a matchless, haven't you?
You're matchless.
Yeah.
You're one matchless.
Yeah, that's right.
You risk your life crossing over the roads here, don't you?
Armchair on wheels,
I used to have one of them.
that way. We've come through that way, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been that way.
We go up that way.
Yeah, anyway, we're heading off home now. I got to head off home. I've got things to do this afternoon. So thanks for watching along and joining myself, Terry and Colin as we walked around.
Cheers, everybody.
The Calne Bike Meet. It's been
Nice
great,
to catch
isn't
up with you. And don't forget, in 2 weeks' time, it's the memory ride.
That's right.
Crosslink Hospice memory ride. Wiltshire Man's got all the details on his channel.
Yeah, I did tell him about
We'll
it.
see you there.
Yeah, cheers. All the best. Hope you can hear us. And it's noisy.
No, it's soundy.
It's music.
Noise is offensive.
It's music.
Motorbikes sound good. Soundtrack. Yeah.
Right. We're going to get out of here now in one piece, Sandy.
Yeah.